show. Now, you also have armchair adventures as well.
So yeah, those are places that you can't visit. Unfortunately, either they're private property or too dangerous or something like that. And so we can just kind of enjoy that adventure from your armchair at home. And so there's been a couple neat ones. And again, just these little tidbits, and you kind of go down this rabbit hole you and I were talking about earlier. And so while researching that Peckway Trolley Trail, I saw this ad for this Pequahana Inn that was going to be down in Peckway. So I was like, that's kind of interesting. And I just kind of put that thought aside and finished that adventure. But later I kind of came back to it and did some reading here and there and discovered that like, this isn't just an ad. This was a hotel that was started, but obviously it wasn't finished. And so I did a lot of research and cross-referencing, and I was lucky enough to get a hold of the property owner, and they took me out there, and up there on this hill is the foundation. And this was going to be like, again, this luxury hotel, 4 stories. And again, using some of the stuff that I do as a teacher, I also teach some 3D design. I took some pictures of the area, and using the artist drawing and the grounds that I saw there, I created a 3D one-to-one replica of the property, and then took some pictures from down in the town of Peckway, and then superimposed the building into it, so you could see if it was there today, what this massive a hotel would look like. And it was going to be this the crown jewel of the area, something like you might see in Lake George or Lake Placid up in New York State. But it just things conspired against it, and it just didn't happen. But I always like to think in this parallel universe, the town of Peckway is this premier, resort town, and people come and boat and stay in these swanky hotels and do stuff. But
Makes you think about the what if, if that
exactly.
building was standing, what would Peckway look like today?
Right.
Wow.
Just a neat stuff.
Yes, and I'm impressed with your skill and your talent that you're able to, resurrect something in a digital format so you can see what it looks like. So, Adam, you also are a teacher as a full-time job, and tell us about what you do as your full-time job and how this is a passion.
Yeah, absolutely. So finishing up year 19. So I'm a teacher here in Lancaster County, and I'm actually a technology education teacher. A lot of people would assume history, which I do love, but I always like creating and making and doing. And so, as a technology teacher, I teach, website design and blog writing, which are, things that my students do. And I do a lot of that with Uncharted Lancaster, 3D design and 3D printing, where, I actually design and, make a lot of the treasures that people get, like these little medallions, and so here's another one there. And so designing these things that, I'm designing and printing them out. And so a lot of the stuff that I teach, I can actually use here in real life as, as part of Uncharted Lancaster.